Thank you so much for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. We are a conscious channel to learn about spiritual enlightenment, the law of attraction, self empowerment, and your life's purpose. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening from YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. If you're visiting our channel, listening to this video from Facebook or any other social media outlet, please visit our YouTube channel, Awakening with Katina Love. Today we have a special guest, Patricia Lohan. She is a Feng Shui expert, international motivational speaker, and author. Patricia has been featured on NBC, Fox, Forbes, Essence, and many other media outlets. Her website is patricialohan.com. Patricia, and that's spelled, the last name is spelled LOHAN.com. Welcome, Patricia. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. What a lovely introduction.
You are so welcome. How's your day going?
My day has been going really well so far. I am back in Ireland, so I don't usually live here, but I'm back here visiting, and I'm by the west coast. So we've got a beautiful beach, and I was out for a long walk by the sea, and then I've been just doing some work here, getting ready to create some beautiful projects for my clients and people. So it's been busy, but really productive.
Beautiful. And so, Ireland, you are 5 hours ahead of me, right? I'm in
Mm-hmm.
Michigan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I saw you on Facebook. I,
Mm-hmm.
I saw all the wonderful things that you're doing to help people become their best version and to raise the consciousness on the planet.
Yes.
And Feng Shui is one of my favorite things to talk about because I totally believe in the whole concept of Feng
Mhm.
Shui in your house, your office, even your car,
Yes.
to help welcome more abundance into our lives, more finances, more money, something
Mm-hmm.
we can all use, right? More
Yeah,
of.
for sure. For sure.
Yes, and so I visited your website and I got a chance to listen to your sample meditations. I think they
Mm-hmm.
are absolutely amazing. I absolutely love them.
Brilliant.
Yes, and I can't wait to open up my meditations, the whole package that you have for 50 minutes, and actually taking the time to actually do the meditation. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's going to be awesome. And your wonderful, wonderful book. I am just excited about everything you're doing, and I can't wait to receive that in the mail as well.
Mm-hmm.
Your book, again, the title is
The Happy Home, a
The
guide to
Happy
creating
Home,
a yeah,
The Guide
guide to
to Creating.
creating a happy, healthy, wealthy life.
I love it. I love that whole concept. Like I said it before, these are like my favorite things to talk about, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And I think that, even just the name of your podcast, when you first contacted me, I was like, oh my God, I love the name of this show. And it is in total alignment with my teachings and my
Yeah.
work and what I do. And interestingly enough, I do feel that Feng Shui is one of these, it's like the missing piece of the jigsaw when it comes to manifesting. And
Hmm.
interestingly enough, when The Secret first came out, there was a feng shui expert featured in it. But it's almost
Wow.
like we get to a place
Yes.
where it's like, oh, we're doing all this inner work and we have to work on our mindset and work on our inner traumas and release anything that has happened to us in the past and focus on positive thoughts and all of that. And I am a huge advocate for all of that, as you know, Katina. Like, I
Yes.
love all of that. But actually, what happened to me was I was doing that exact work with my clients. I'd gone through my own personal development journey and had my own practice where I worked with clients doing exactly that, like helping them see where they were blocked and releasing those blocks and getting
Hmm.
them really moving on the right track. And something really kind of interesting and happened, and how everything just always lines up perfectly. But I had got my first books about Feng Shui when I was 15. And I
Okay.
don't know how someone on the west coast of Ireland gets a book about Feng Shui as a 15-year-old. But it was destiny for
Yes.
sure. It was, it was really truly my soul knew what I was supposed to be doing, but I didn't know on a kind of conscious, like normal level was like, how would I even do that?
Right.
But working with my clients, what started to happen was I would get these intuitive hits and be asking them questions about their bedroom or about their living room or tell me about your house. And they would look at me like I was crazy. They're like, what has this to do with the trauma when I was 7 years of age? And I'm like, well, I'm just, whatever's coming up, I'm like, we need to check your house and see what's going on. So as it always goes, when the student's ready, the teacher appears, and several
Mhm.
different teachers
Mhm.
arrived in Ireland, and around that same time, and I decided to use Feng Shui to attract my soulmate into my life, and lo and behold,
Beautiful.
I met my amazing husband a couple of months later, and he had, interestingly enough, used Feng Shui also.
Isn't that just amazing?
Oh, it was just so beautiful. And that all kind of led to us both diving deeper into the practice of Feng Shui, taking it on as a professional practice. And it was for my own interest because I'm so interested in it on a certain layers, and using it had worked for me so amazingly. And people kept asking me like, well, how did you meet Ken? And I'm like, well, I did the inner work, but I also did my house. And
Yes.
that's where, for me, there's this piece that we forget, that we are spending so much time looking inwards that sometimes it's time to actually look up and look around
Yeah.
and see what's going on. And that's one of the things about Feng Shui, is that there's many layers to this practice. And we can physically see what's going on a certain instance with our house. And Marie Kondo has done an amazing job into helping people open their eyes to what they're holding on to in their homes.
Yes.
And that for me is like, oh, she's kind of taken a little bit of it's made it a lot easier for me in that instance. But then what I see when I'm watching her show or I'm hearing people, they're like, my house feels good. I have an interior designer come to my house. But then
Yeah.
there's still crazy manifestations of things that they don't want happening in their lives. And I'm like, well, Feng Shui is actually all about the hidden energy. It's the
Mhm.
unseen energies that are at play. It's just like watching magnets. And when two magnets are like pushing against each other, there is no way they're going to come together. They are literally repelling what you want.
Oh, that is amazing. I'm
Yeah,
so
I know.
glad that you enlightened us about that, because definitely have to be reminded. And Marie, is that her name? Is that the woman from The
Yes,
Secret?
that's
Okay.
right.
So yeah, back in 2006, that's
Hmm.
when I think I probably the first time I heard the word feng shui.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm trying to remember her being there. Oh yeah, I remember. You know what it is? She was talking about the guy who wanted to manifest a mate,
Yes.
and he was repelling women because of his art. They're all pushing against.
Exactly.
They're like no,
Hmm.
no, no. We don't, we're not interested in you. It's only because of the art and his whole mindset about women.
Hmm. I
So as
know. I
soon as
know.
she told him to change all that and to start creating more beautiful pictures of women and changing his mindset altogether, he
Hmm.
manifested his mate. And that is truly amazing.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's like exactly one other layer of it. Like it's not that is another layer which I absolutely adore, is like allowing your house to actually look like a vision for what it is that you want to attract and create in your life.
Because we have to invite in what it is that we're trying to manifest.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And we have to be aware of the blocks, right? It's so important to be aware,
Exactly.
what's laying around your living room, are there dirty clothes, are there boxes, or, this and that, and
Hmm. I know,
dishes
it's
from
crazy.
days or whatever that is. That's all energy,
Exactly.
right?
Oh, everything. And absolutely everything has an energetic vibration. So it is really, really, really crazy when people actually start looking around. And I have some like super funny, like kind of spooky stories as well,
Mm-hmm.
about people and specifically the artwork that they have in their houses, just like you
Yeah.
said about that guy. But I remember one lady in my program, Feng Shui Mastery, she
Mm-hmm.
came into the group one day and posted, and she said, I cannot believe this. She said, on my walls, I discovered a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And she hadn't really realized what she'd been looking at for nearly 12 years. And the
Wow.
picture that had been on the wall, one of the comments that she'd been saying to her friends for so many years was, do I have mistress written across my forehead? And
Uh-oh.
they would be like, what? And they were like, this is like, so that was literally what she would say, because she literally had married men always approaching her. Like it was
Yeah.
just this constant kind of weirdness. Anyways, she discovers the picture that's on her wall when we're doing the program is of a single woman, which is, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, not ideal,
Right.
but it's actually of a single woman painted by Van Gogh of his mistress.
Wow. Isn't that
Like honestly,
that is something?
when it comes to this practice, like it blows my mind how powerful it is, and how powerful our environment is, and how it's literally can be attracting what we want or repelling it. And we really spend a lot of time, and that's where I often tell my clients, especially ones that are on a personal development journey and people that are listening here, that
Mm-hmm.
we get to a certain place in our journey where it is not you anymore. You can just take the foot off the pedal with what's going on in your internal world, and really start to look at your environment and see, wow, since I've moved into this house, has my life improved or disimproved? Have I gone through a certain cycle and these things have just kept happening? So
Right.
it is super important to realize that. And I think that's part of my journey, is really to explain to people and be like, oh my God, it's not you. Like, you
Right.
know, it's your house. And that
Right.
how, when you start working with the energy of your house, how things can really start to flow, because it's like your home is like a mirror for you. So it's like
Yeah.
an interior, your internal world is matching your external, and vice versa.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, right? I'm just like
Hmm.
looking around me, and it's always great to be reminded, even though, I've been on this path for a while too. But we have to be reminded because sometimes we forget because we're
I
busy,
know.
right?
I know.
So I am proud of myself though, because before, like if I go out, because just like you, I'm a coach and I go out to meet clients, or go to Barnes and Noble and work from my laptop or meet clients or
Hmm.
whatever that is. And then I come home. Before I go to bed at night though, I have to make sure that everything's in place. I don't have stuff laying around. I don't have
Hmm.
clutter. Even on my little office area here to the left, I have to make sure everything. I have to have space and make sure everything's in order. That's just
Yes.
it's so important. It absolutely is. So, can you share with us a positive testimonial that of a client you've worked with and how maybe how you've helped someone to bring more abundance into their life?
Yeah, for sure. And actually, what I love is I've several different, I have like so many different client stories. And I just said to my husband Ken earlier, going, "Oh, give me remind me of one," because it's like there's so many. I'm like, oh. So one lady came to me, and she had just started out in her business. She had like no clients, bills coming in every day, like worrying at nighttime, like, what, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to pay the mortgage? I have children to
Mhm.
feed. Like, her husband's business was really struggling. There was a lot of drama and aggro as well happening in that home, like not with them, but like with just outside forces.
I see.
And they really
Okay.
were worried about losing the house. Like, that was really the big fear. And she didn't even really know what feng shui was, but she was praying for a miracle. And that was
Yeah.
really what she says. It's like, I was praying for a miracle. And within 3 months of us working together, she actually had a wait list of clients.
Oh,
And she had just like,
beautiful.
I
Oh my
know, she had like a
gosh.
wait list of clients.
Oh,
Um,
great.
She has a beautiful, her relationship with her husband has completely improved. They've started really, she ended up buying him a new Jeep, like being
Oh
able to,
my gosh,
I
that's
know, be able
awesome.
to keep their home. Their kids are happier. She's got like tons of media exposure as well. Every time I open up Facebook, I'm seeing another post of her like being in the papers or being featured in some article. Because really what happens is, and it's like if your environment where you are planting these seeds of intention is not fertile, if it's like you have dreams, you're working really hard, you're working so hard and pushing, but if it's been planted out on the road in the concrete, it's never going to like flourish. It's not
Hmm.
fertile. And what
Hmm.
happens is once you work with the feng shui and the energies, it's bringing harmony into that environment. So working from there is more aligned, working is more productive, more profits, more ease, more flow. And that's what this is all about. It's about turning on the flow of abundance and goodness. And Anne Marie's, that lady, her hashtag is Feng Shui Rocks.
Oh, I
She is
love it. I love it.
absolutely just like my new love was another one she did one day. And that just is really a constant. I have another lady, Monica, who when she came to talk to me, she worked with me one to one. When she came on a call with me, she had already kind of had, it was a friend of hers, another very successful client of mine, had kind of leaned her in the direction of coming on to talk to me because she's like, I think you need to do this. She had just had just like got a huge contract for her business. So it was a massive, amazing contract for her business. It was
Wow.
$50,000 contract. Like it was amazing. And
Beautiful.
literally a week after her getting that contract, the plumbing in her entire house imploded and it was going to
Oh,
cost $50,000
isn't
to fix.
that something?
So, this was that whole double-edged sword of like things were going well in her business, but then it couldn't keep the money in, couldn't hold on to it. Things were just really unsteady, not certain. And it was this fact of like going forward, but then taking 10 steps back,
I get it.
So she was like, back to square one. And since working with me, obviously things have like turned an amazing corner for her. She's actually published a book.
Nice.
Um, she has sold her business.
Yay.
Out of the blue, people came to buy her business. She's
Wow.
started something brand new, and it's like all a sense of like flourishing and new direction. So it's super, super exciting.
Wow, that is truly exciting.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Wow. So if this is a new concept for someone, Feng Shui, what
yeah.
um what tips would you give them just to start if they could implement something today, just something really simple?
Yeah, I would say to them to start at their front door. I love the whole idea of like treating your house like a person.
Yes.
So if your home was your best friend, would you feed it junk food and lots of crap and
Wow.
stuff that's not going to serve it or be good for it? No way. And neither would you keep your house like if you think you don't keep your house like a junkyard. Like really, 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 and start off at the front door. So the front door is like the mouth of the house. So what
Yeah.
I like to recommend is like start with cleaning your front door,
Yeah.
and that whole idea of like washing away anything that has come before and you're just starting a new fresh energy coming in. You want to start bringing it in. And when we talk about energy, it feels like this intangible thing that you can't like touch or hold on to. But actually feng shui and energy is money, it's clients, it's opportunities, it's new jobs, it's
Yes.
soulmates, like it's the things that you want coming into your life. So what we want to do is make sure it's easy for that to get in and welcoming. So making sure your front door feels inviting because you want to come home and feel like, yes, I'm so happy to be home. I feel good to be here. It feels
Yeah.
great. And then making sure your front door is easy to open. I've had
Yeah.
clients who
Yes.
have literally like sold their house within days of talking to me
Oh my
because
God.
they couldn't get when I said this, it was like,
Yeah.
what? She's like, oh, my front gate doesn't really work. And then if you want to get it open, you just struggle to get it open. There's like a cable that you could trip over. Then the front fly screen is kind of all ratty and broken and the door doesn't open. And I'm like, you cannot get anything in. It's like
Wow.
almost blocking it from coming in. So like making sure the door is easy to open and that you can open it. And when you open that door, like what's the first thing you see? Is it an image of, if you have a family, is it a picture of all your family and a day that you had a great day you had together? Or
Yeah.
is it a mirror? A mirror is repelling. everything back
Oh,
out. So you
yeah.
just bring it in, or you pushing it back out again. So it's really about being mindful of those small things and starting small. One big, Feng Shui, as I said, has many, many different layers. And the outer layer, like these little tips, will certainly make you start to think differently about your home, starting to think differently about your environment, starting to create a positive relationship between you and your home. And when you do that, things start to change and start to shift in really beautiful ways.
I love that. That is so amazing. That's wonderful. Thanks for sharing all of that. Wow. Okay.
Mhm. You're
I'm just
welcome.
taking it all in again.
I love it.
Yes. Okay, so what are your upcoming events?
Mm. So I have a few events coming up. It's pretty exciting. I'm going to be doing an event actually in Ireland on the 8th of June. And that event is really kind of that's come about as a side of feng shui because I teach feng shui, and really a big part of the nice part about feng shui is it actually encompasses all parts of your life. So your love area, your wealth
Mm-hmm.
and prosperity, your health, your career. And we really get people to dive into the question and asking the questions like, well, what do you want for your relationships? What do you want from your career? What do you want in your personal development journey? And a lot of people don't take the opportunity to think about that. And that's where I've kind of created a process where we actually work with people creating their vision using feng shui principles and creating a vision board and getting really clear on that vision to move forward and integrating those tools of alignment. So, the inner work plus the external environment, and really seeing beautiful, amazing lives and new dream lives kind of flourish. So that's what my process is, the workshop in June. So the 8th of June, I have a one-day event there. And then I also host retreats in Bali. And
Nice.
those retreats, that's my next one is in October, the 26th of October, for a week. And on that retreat, I have a Mary Poppins bag of modalities. I've trained as a yoga teacher and lots and lots of
Nice.
other holistic modalities. And, you mentioned my meditations. I do
Yeah.
sound healing and lots. And, the meditations you're talking about are on my website. I actually recorded the sound, like the actual music, background music as well on really auspicious dates, and do the voice as
Nice.
well. So I do a lot of these complementary tools to get people into a really good space of receptivity, of creating the space for new things and also releasing the old and then working with their environment. So everything is lining up together, and that makes the path a lot clearer and easier. So
Beautiful.
that retreat is in October, and I host two a year in Bali. So I live most of the time in Bali, and we split our time between Bali, Europe, and New York. So it's it's fun.
Sounds fun and exciting. That's
Yes.
wonderful. Wonderful. So what's the best way to reach you if someone wants to work with you or sign up for your retreats?
Yeah, so the best way to find me is at patricialohan.com. Every week I share a little video, a little feng shui tip or video or little motivational, inspirational steps. So I'd certainly recommend going there. If people are interested in, unblocking unlocking the flow of abundance in their lives, I have a great guide, the 5 sneaky ways that your home could be sabotaging your bank account, and how to unlock them. So they're very simple tips and steps that you can do within 5 minutes that will just get you started on the road to calling in more prosperity into your life. And that's at patricialohan.com as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. You shared a wealth of information today.
You're
I'm
so welcome.
I'm actually taking mental notes myself, so thank you so
Yes,
much.
you're
I'm
welcome.
so glad that I'm recording this audio so that people can refer back over and over again, and then also reach out to you if they, want to take it a step further and to really bring in some abundance and their soulmate or their dream job or whatever that is.
Exactly. And it's just a beautiful, powerful process. And my favorite part is really just the ripple effect, because someone will come to me for, to attract or to ease. Like Miriam, she came to me to ease relationships with her children and just to
Hmm.
improve the family dynamic in their home. And the month after she did all of the recommendations, her business doubled and then
Oh my
trebled the
God.
following month. So it's like not just, your family relationships, it's your bank account, it's that ripple of like all different aspects of your life are touched when you integrate feng shui into your life. So I'm so passionate about it, and I love, love, love sharing great stories as well about how you can embrace it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And it all started
You.
when you got that book at 15 years young.
I know. Isn't that so crazy? And I really do try to rack my brain to be like, when or how did I hear about it? Or
Yes.
where did it come from? Was it something I watched on TV? Like, my parents are like not into this. Now they do have their house feng shui compulsory, but it's like really weird. I have no idea. Like, just out of nowhere, it came. But it was just one of those divine things to have happened, and I'm so grateful that I listened to that intuitive hit way back then.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a pleasure again having you on the show. And
Thank you.
I wish you the very best in all that you do. And thanks for all that you do and all that you're doing to help raise the consciousness on the planet. So thanks again for being a guest.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to hearing the replay and hearing how
Yes.
you get on reading the book. If
Oh,
you have
yeah,
any questions, of course, reach out. I'm happy to answer them.
absolutely. And your book can be found on Amazon.
It can be found on Amazon.
Okay. And
Yes.
your website.
My website, patricialowen.com. And if you come to the website, you can also get a manifesting masterclass that I love to share with people, just how I integrate feng shui and manifesting together.
Just lots of goodies, right? It's amazing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed. All the great things that you offer is just truly amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Just pick
Well,
one.
great to talk to you.
Yes, visit her website, Patricia Lohan, international motivational speaker, author, and feng shui expert. Thanks for
Yes.
tuning in to Awakening
Here.
with Katina Love. Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.